what I was discussing with Lisa was when I moved to Greece. Obviously everything that happens during life, and obviously at the age of 18 I was full of excitement, missed my parents and friends obviously, but you know, I've always wanted to live abroad, I always wanted to work abroad. So I was really more excited about everything that was going on, went through all the emotions of the nerves and everything like that, especially not speaking the language. Being able to speak a language when you live in a different country, Linda knows very well, is very hard. And when I was in Belgium, I was mainly in the French part of Belgium, so they were speaking French. And although I had high school French, it's amazing that really is not enough. I mean, I could be in a room full of people speaking and it was like I was deaf. It was like white noise because you really can't understand what they're talking about.
And there was just one event they said, now Molly, just behave yourself, you know, get in front. And I thought, I won't be cheeky, I'll be nice, and I'll just act professional. Said, these are senior executives of a big business, don't do anything silly. I thought, I can't do anything silly, I'm very professional, I'm a lead waitress. Walked in with the tray, I was like, hello, champagne, champagne. And all of a sudden the whole thing just went like that. They went, oh, you seem to have spilled it. And I was like, yeah, I did, didn't I? Just can't do that. Oh, it was so embarrassing.
Trying to work in two languages when you don't understand one of them is extremely exhausting, but Martin, this project leader who was managing the whole thing, has said, right, we're going to go out Saturday night. We've been going to this pub while we've been going on business analysis for the last 6 weeks. We've got to know a few of the locals. Do you want to come along? Yep, that sounds great. So I slept all Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, started to sort of think about what do I wear. Got the makeup on, a bit of lippy and all the rest of it. So we went to a pub that was basically hanging off the side of a cliff because we were working down on the Pacific Ocean, lovely place called La Loba, it means sea lion. And about 11 o'clock, I'm still standing there chatting to the guys. I've been working with them all week, and by the time you've worked with people for sort of a couple of days, you're fed up with seeing them and you sort of eat, sleep and everything with them, don't you? I didn't sleep with them.
So I thought, okay, I'm going to put on my red shoes, because my red shoes did everything for me. Not these ones, but I have several pairs of red shoes. I'm going to put on my red shoes and I'm going to go for this job. And I went for the job up in Holborn. And you know, why do they always do that in interviews? Good cop, bad cop. You know, the woman, I thought to myself, oh, gotcha, sold with you, I've definitely got that job. And the man said to me, I don't know, he's a Scouser. My Scouse accent's terrible, but I'm going to try anyway. He said, oh, chick, you're not the most qualified, you're not the most knowledgeable, but I like you, you've got a bit of fire in your belly. So yeah, I think I'll give you the job. And they asked me in the interview, would you consider coming up to Manchester for training for 3 or 4 days? I said, yeah. You know, I thought 3 or 4 days, that's fine. So my first experience of working away was going to Manchester to head office. And at this time, my daughter was 11 months old. Now let me tell you, those of you that have children will understand. The thought of waking up at 8 o'clock, not at the scream of a baby, and having a hotel breakfast was absolutely bliss. I thought, this is amazing. I could get used to this lifestyle.
I want the zigzag box. So she said, well, I need someone to go in the zigzag box. You know what a zigzag box is? So the zigzag box, for those of you who don't know, is a tall black box in which the magician's assistant climbs in and they close the door, and her face is through a hole here and she has a hand here so that she can move her fingers. The other hand is here and the toe sticking out the bottom, and then she puts through 2 big stainless steel blades to cut you in half. So he said, well, the dancers are on before you, so we can't use any of them. And he looked at us and he said, which one of you 3 are going to go in the zigzag box? Nobody was volunteering. I thought, oh, I'll give it a go. So I said, oh, I'll do it.
Anyway, I arrived there one Thursday and he said, Cliff, tomorrow night I'm taking you to the eastern side of Taiwan. Taiwan. He said, we're going to a little village called Hualien. He said, we're going there for the weekend. Oh, great, okay. So Friday night, we went to the airport. It was a little airport. There was no baggage checking, nothing. You just rocked up to the plane and you just walked on. It was an old 111 and I looked at it and I thought, Jesus, is that going to go over the mountain? Anyway, it did. 45 minutes later, we landed and we drove into Hualien, and he said, Chris, tomorrow we're going out for the day. So this weekend was memorable for two reasons. On the Saturday, he said, I'm going to take you to this national park. I believe it was called Aly, and I was looking for it today and I couldn't find it. And what he didn't tell me was that in order to get to the park, I had to walk across a rope bridge no wider than that table with a 300-foot drop into a gorge. Now, I'm not very good with heights, trust me. And I only discovered when I was walking across this bridge in Richmond when my daughter was about 12, and I don't know where it came from, but suddenly I just panicked. Anyway, and it was a shame because, of course, we didn't have phones in those days because I would have loved to have done it. Anyway, it was a bit like a bridge over the River Kwai, if ever you've seen that film. And you just keep walking across the bridge, and I did it. Got to the other side. Anyway, when we left the park later, I was thinking, I've got to do this again. And he said, oh no, he said, I've asked my driver to come round.